Welcome to Top Rare Coins, your ultimate destination for discovering the hidden treasures of history. On this channel, we explore some of the most fascinating and valuable old coins from the United States. From rare pennies and silver dollars to historic coins worth thousands of dollars. Each piece has a story waiting to be uncovered. Whether you're a collector, a history lover, or just curious about coins you might have lying around, this channel will guide you through the world of rare U.S. coins, helping you valuable finds and learn what makes them so special. Don't forget to subscribe and join us as we uncover the secrets behind America's rarest coins. Welcome back to Top Rare Coins, the place where history meets hidden treasure. Today's video is something truly exciting, something that has captured the attention of collectors, investors, and treasure hunters across the world. We are diving deep into the mystery, the rarity, and the incredible value of the Liberty 1 cent 1970D with no mint mark, a coin that, under the right conditions, has been reported to reach astonishing values starting from $1.2 million. Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand, something most people ignore, something that often ends up forgotten in drawers, jars, or even lost in the streets. But what if that ordinary-looking penny could be worth more than a luxury car, more than a house, or even more than your entire savings? That is exactly what makes this coin so fascinating. Let's begin by understanding what makes the 1970D Liberty 1 cent so special. Normally, coins minted in Denver carry a small D mint mark. This tiny letter is usually found just below the date on the obverse side of the coin. It tells collectors exactly where the coin was produced. However, in rare cases, something unusual happens during the minting process. Errors occur, and those errors create rarity. The coin we are talking about today is believed to be a 1970D penny where the mint mark is either missing, extremely faint, or struck in such a way that it appears absent. This is not something that happens often, and when it does, it immediately catches the attention of serious collectors. Now you might be wondering, how can a missing letter make such a huge difference in value? The answer lies in rarity and demand. In the world of coin collecting, also known as numismatics, rarity is everything. The fewer coins that exist with a specific error, the higher their value climbs. Combine that with strong collector demand, and you have the perfect recipe for $1 million coin. But not every 1970 penny without a visible mint mark is valuable. This is where things get very important. There are Philadelphia coins from 1970 that were never supposed to have a mint mark at all. So if you find a 1970 penny without a mint mark, it does not automatically mean you have a rare Denver error coin. You must carefully examine the coin to determine whether it was originally struck in Denver and somehow lost its mint mark, or if it was simply minted in Philadelphia. This distinction is crucial. Many people make the mistake of assuming they have a rare coin when in fact they have a common one. That is why proper identification is key. How do you identify the real deal? First, look at the overall quality of the coin. High-value coins are usually in excellent condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins are graded on a scale, and those in mint or near-mint condition can be worth significantly more. Second, pay close attention to the area where the mint mark should be. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope if possible. Look for any signs of tampering, scratches, or unusual marks. Some people attempt to remove mint marks to fake rare coins, so authenticity is extremely important. Third, consider getting your coin authenticated by a professional grading service. These experts can confirm whether your coin is genuine and provide an official grade. This not only protects you from mistakes, but also increases the coin's market value. And who knows, maybe your next discovery will be the one that changes everything. Today's video is something truly exciting, especially for collectors, treasure hunters, and even casual viewers who might have a fortune sitting quietly in their pocket change. We are diving deep into the fascinating story of the Liberty 1 cent 1980p with no mint mark, a coin that has captured massive attention in the coin collecting world and is now being talked about for its astonishing market value starting from $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, something most people overlook or even ignore, could potentially be worth more than a luxury house or a high-end car. But how is that possible? What makes this specific coin so rare, so valuable, and so desirable among collectors? Let's explore every detail step by step. First, let's understand the basics. The Liberty 1 cent, commonly known as the Lincoln penny, has been in circulation in the United States for over a century. The design features Abraham Lincoln on the front, a symbol of American history and leadership. On the back, depending on the year, you may find different designs, but in 1980, the reverse featured the Lincoln Memorial. Now here's where things start to get interesting. Coins minted in the United States usually carry a mint mark, a small letter indicating where the coin was produced. For example, D stands for Denver, S stands for San Francisco, and P stands for Philadelphia. However, during certain periods, coins from the Philadelphia Mint were released without any mint mark at all. The 1980 penny is one of those coins. Most people assume that a missing mint mark is normal for that year, and in many cases, it is. But there are extremely rare variations and errors that make certain coins stand out dramatically from the rest. And that's exactly what we are focusing on today. The Liberty 1 cent 1980p with no mint mark becomes incredibly valuable when it features specific rare characteristics or minting errors. These errors can include double die impressions, off-center strikes, unusual metal compositions, or even misaligned dies. When a coin combines rarity, condition, and a unique error, its value can skyrocket beyond imagination. Collectors are especially interested in coins that were produced under unusual circumstances. For example, if a coin was struck using a die that was not properly aligned, or if it was accidentally made using the wrong planchet, it becomes a one-of-a-kind piece of history. These types of errors are not just mistakes. They are treasures in the world of numismatics. Now let's talk about condition. Even if you have a rare coin, its condition plays a huge role in determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale, with higher grades indicating better preservation. A coin that looks almost brand new, with sharp details and no visible wear, can be worth significantly more than one that has been heavily circulated. For the Liberty 1 cent 1980p with no mint mark, the highest values are typically associated with coins that are in mint state condition. These coins have never been used in everyday transactions and have been carefully preserved over time. When such a coin also features a rare error, it becomes a collector's dream. Now you might be wondering, how can a simple penny reach a value starting from $1.2 million? The answer lies in rarity, demand, and uniqueness. In the world of coin collecting, the fewer examples that exist, the higher the value. If only a handful of these rare error coins are known to exist, collectors are willing to pay enormous amounts to own one. Another important factor is market demand. Over the years, interest in rare coins has grown significantly. More people are entering the hobby, and serious collectors are constantly searching for unique pieces to add to their collections. This increased demand pushes prices higher, especially for coins that are already extremely rare. Let's also consider the historical aspect. Coins are more than just currency. They are pieces of history. Each coin tells a story about the time it was made, the technology used, and the people involved in its production. Owning a rare coin is like holding a piece of the past in your hand, and for many collectors, that experience is priceless. Now here comes the most exciting part for you as a viewer. Could you possibly have one of these valuable coins in your possession? The answer is yes. It might be sitting in an old jar, a drawer, a wallet, or even mixed in with your everyday change. Most people never take the time to examine their coins closely, which means valuable pieces often go unnoticed. So what should you look for? Start by checking the date carefully. Make sure it says 1980. Then look for the absence of a mint mark. After that, examine the coin closely for any unusual features. Look for doubling in the letters or numbers. Check if the design appears off-center, and pay attention to the overall quality of the coin. If you think you have found something special, do not clean the coin. Cleaning can actually reduce its value significantly. Instead, keep it safe and consider having it evaluated by a professional coin grading service. Experts can confirm whether your coin is genuine and determine its exact condition and rarity. Today's feature is something truly intriguing, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors and enthusiasts across the United States and beyond. We're diving deep into the story, mystery, and potential value of the Liberty 1 cent 1981D with no mint mark. At first glance, the 1981 Lincoln cent might seem like an ordinary coin. After all, millions of pennies were minted that year, and most people would never give them a second thought. But as seasoned collectors know, sometimes the smallest details can turn an everyday coin into a hidden treasure. And this particular variation has sparked serious curiosity in the coin collecting community. Let's start with the basics. The Lincoln 1-cent coin, often referred to as the Lincoln penny, has been in circulation since 1909. It features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design that has remained one of the most recognizable in American coinage history. By 1981, the U.S. Mint was producing pennies in large quantities across different mint facilities, including Philadelphia and Denver. Typically, coins minted in Denver carry a small D mint mark, while those minted in Philadelphia traditionally had no mint mark at all, especially before the 1980s. However, the coin we're discussing today presents an unusual and highly debated situation. It is described as a 1981 D penny, yet it appears to have no mint mark at all. Now, this is where things get interesting. A coin labeled as 1981 D should clearly display the D mint mark below the date. If that mark is missing, collectors immediately begin to ask questions. Was it a mint error? Was the mint mark struck off? Or is it simply a Philadelphia coin being misidentified? In rare cases, mint errors do occur. These errors can happen during the die preparation process or during the actual striking of the coin. A missing mint mark could potentially be the result of a filled die, where grease or debris prevents the mint mark from being properly stamped onto the coin. These types of errors are known as grease-filled die errors and can be quite collectible depending on their clarity and rarity. However, not every missing mint mark automatically makes a coin extremely valuable. Authentication plays a critical role. Professional grading services carefully examine such coins under magnification to determine whether the absence of a mint mark is genuine and caused by a minting anomaly or simply due to wear, damage, or misinterpretation. Now let's talk about the claim that has been generating excitement. The idea that this Liberty 1-cent 1981 D with no mint mark could have a current market value starting from $1,200 million. That is an extraordinary figure, one that naturally raises eyebrows in the numismatic world. In reality, coin values are determined by several important factors. These include rarity, condition, demand, historical significance, and verified authenticity. While there are coins that have sold for millions of dollars, those are typically extremely rare pieces such as early American coins, unique mint errors, or coins with historical importance and documented provenance. For a 1981 penny to reach such a high valuation, it would need to be an exceptionally rare and well-documented error, confirmed by top grading institutions and highly sought after by elite collectors. Even then, values in the millions are incredibly rare and usually tied to one-of-a-kind specimens. Today's video is going to blow your mind, especially if you think pennies are worthless. What if I told you that a simple 1-cent coin from 1994 could be worth up to $1,200 or even more depending on its condition and rarity? Yes, you heard that right. A single penny could be a valuable collector's item sitting unnoticed in your drawer right now. Let's dive into the fascinating story of the 1994 Lincoln Memorial 1-cent with no mint mark, why collectors are paying big money for it, and how you can identify if you have one of these valuable coins. First, let's understand what this coin is. The 1994 Lincoln Memorial penny features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side. This design was originally created by Victor David Brenner and has been a staple of American coinage since 1909. On the reverse side, you will see the Lincoln Memorial Building, which was used on pennies from 1959 to 2008. Now here's where it gets interesting. Many people think that a coin without a mint mark is rare. But in reality, most 1994 pennies without a mint mark were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Philadelphia coins traditionally do not carry a mint mark, so finding a 1994 penny with no mint mark is actually quite common. Why are some of these coins selling for as much as $1,200? The answer lies in condition, errors, and special varieties. Let's talk about condition first. Coin collectors use a grading system to determine the quality of a coin. Coins that are in mint state condition, meaning they have never been circulated and show no signs of wear, are much more valuable than those that have been used in everyday transactions. A 1994 no mint mark penny in average circulated condition is only worth its face value. But if you find one in near perfect or uncirculated condition, its value can increase significantly. Now let's move on to the most exciting part: mint errors and rare varieties. Error coins are mistakes that occurred during the minting process, and collectors absolutely love them. For the 1994 penny, there are several types of errors that can dramatically increase its value point. One of the most valuable errors is the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck more than once, slightly misaligned, causing the design elements to appear doubled. Look closely at the date, the word liberty, and the phrase "In God We Trust." If you notice any doubling, you might be holding a rare and valuable coin. Another error to look for is an off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in part of the design being missing. The more off-center the coin is while still showing the full date, the more valuable it becomes. There are also broad strike errors, where the coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing it to appear larger and flatter than normal. These types of errors are highly collectible and can fetch high prices. Now let's talk about the metal composition. The 1994 penny is made primarily of zinc with a thin copper plating. However, sometimes minting anomalies can occur, leading to variations in weight or appearance. If your coin looks different in color or feels heavier or lighter than usual, it might be worth getting it checked by a professional. Another important factor that can increase the value of your 1994 penny is its grade. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state 70. A coin graded MS65 or higher can command significantly higher prices. If your coin is shiny, has sharp details, and no visible scratches or marks, it could be in high mint state condition. Now you might be wondering, how do I know if my coin is worth $1,200? The truth is, not every 1994 no mint mark penny will reach that value. The high prices you see are usually for coins that are in exceptional condition or have rare errors. However, the possibility is real, and that's what makes coin collecting so exciting. Imagine going through your spare change and discovering a hidden treasure worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That's why it's important to carefully inspect your coins before spending them. Here are a few tips to help you get started. Always check your coins under good lighting. Use a magnifying glass or a coin loupe to examine the details closely. Pay special attention to the date, lettering, and overall appearance. Do not clean your coins. Cleaning can damage the surface and reduce the value significantly. Collectors prefer coins in their original condition. Today we are diving into one of the most searched and controversial coins in the modern United States coin collecting world, the 1997 P. Lincoln cent, with no visible mint mark. This small copper penny has sparked massive attention online, with claims of extremely high market values and debates among collectors about whether it is truly rare, an error coin, or simply misunderstood. Before we begin, make sure you watch this video till the end, because we will break down everything step by step, including its history, real value, how to identify it, and whether it is truly worth thousands or even millions of dollars as some listings suggest online. Introduction to the 1997 Lincoln cent. The 1997 Lincoln cent is part of the long-running Lincoln penny series that started back in 1909. The design features Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that was used from 1959 until 2008. In 1997, the United States Mint produced billions of these pennies across different mint facilities, including Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia coins typically carry a small mint mark P, while Denver coins carry a D mint mark. However, one of the most discussed variations is the so-called 1997 P. Lincoln cent with no visible mint mark. This is where the confusion begins. Understanding the mint mark. A mint mark is a small letter on a coin that identifies where it was produced. For example, tongue sticking out stands for Philadelphia Mint. D stands for Denver Mints, stands for San Francisco Mint. For most modern pennies like the 1997 issue, the Philadelphia Mint does not actually use a mint mark on the coin. This means that many 1997 pennies without a visible mint mark are completely normal Philadelphia issues. However, online confusion has led many people to believe that a missing mint mark automatically means a rare error coin. In most cases, this is not true. The 1997 P no mint mark penny rare.